The one thing I want to talk about that's huge on what we do as far as determining where we're running the football and who we're reading, and everything's based off of the ID. The ID is the backer that the center is going to work to. That's exactly what it is. Lots of times you hear on TV, hey, 50's the Mike, and they might be working to the Sam, or they might be working to the Will. Okay, we're going to point out who the center is going to go to. And he does it with a plus, 0, or minus. A plus backer is anybody that is 20 and wider. He's going to that wider backer to the play side. That's a plus backer, all right? A 0 backer would be anybody that's in the A gap to head up on him to the backside A gap, all right? That's a 0 backer. So he'll talk about plus, 0, or minus, okay? He won't necessarily call it the number sometimes because all the numbers are different and guys are moving around. He might say plus, he might say 0, he might say minus. Minus would be a backside 20 backer, and that's used against the Okie, against the odd front, that we use the minus call quite a bit. And we see a ton of different fronts here in the Northern Sun. We got to be ready for all of them. So the ID can be determined by play call or the center's point. As we built in our zone plays, at first we put a lot on the center. We let the center point out who we were going to and who the ID was, and did a good job. But there were times when we got going that we wanted him to ID somebody else. When we're going no huddle and we're going fast, we didn't have a chance to say, hey, ID somebody else. So what we did is we built in some play calls where it said this is an automatic plus ID. No matter what, it's an automatic plus ID. So they knew when we called Denver Broncos, all right, Denver to the right, whatever it was, Denver to the left, we're going to plus ID on that. Okay, with that being said, there are other ones where we're going to minus ID because we saw Okie, all right, because we couldn't determine out on the field if it was Okie or if it was over or if it was under. So the play call would say that. So we got a couple different ways how to do it. There's certain play calls that's going to be plus, minus, or a 0 ID, and then there's other play calls where the center is going to determine it. We can work after that. After the ID is determined, the center will determine which guard he's working with. We do this with a very simple call that if he's working on the front side, he'll say single. If he's working on the back side, he'll say A. Okay? So he's just telling him which guard. He's either going to work with the right guard, he's going to work with the left guard. Why is this important? If he ID'd plus and he's working single to the right, all right, he's going to take the right guard with him. The next backer is responsibility of the guard and tackle. Okay? If he's going to work a 0 call and he calls A, he's taking the backside guard. That means those two are working to that mic. That means on the front side, the guard and tackle will work to that front side backer. So by him determining the ID, the point, and what guard he's working with, we set the zone play. And with that being said, the ID will indicate to everybody who the read player is. So the quarterback will understand off the ID that if he's going a plus ID and there's 2 backers, okay, that means the center and the guard are working there, center and tackle are working to this next backer. That means we're reading the end. If we're seeing Okie, all right, and we'll see it on film, and he IDs minus, okay, well, there's nobody, the center and the left guard are working there. We're going to put the tackle on the end. Now we're going to read the will. So it gives us an opportunity to read different people without calling a play that is different every single time. The front will determine who we read in our zone read stuff.